Chief guest, Sri Bhaskar Rao, our guest of honor, Sri K.T. Balakrishna, our registrar, Sri B.S. Nagendra Prakash, Professor A.M. Khan, Registrar of Evaluation, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as we are all aware, India is increasingly facing diverse security threats and challenges. Lately, threats from sea have increased substantially with the involvement of regional and extra-regional powers. The vast marine routes to India, India's exclusive economic zone, the external power presence in the area, the piracy issues, and the maritime disputes are just some of the areas of concern to India, and the developments in these have a bearing on Indian interests. Significantly, since 26/11 terror strike in Mumbai in 2008, coastal security as a subset of maritime security has become a priority in India's national security agenda. To secure country's critical coastal stretch against possible insurgent attacks, maritime agencies have undertaken a series of measures aimed at improving surveillance and crisis response capabilities in the sea. The initiative includes the installation of a 3-tier security arrangement with the Indian Navy, Coast Guard, and the Marine Police jointly safeguarding India's maritime zone, the creation of coastal police stations and surveillance infrastructure under a coastal security scheme, the commissioning of radar stations along the coastline, and the installation of automatic by intelligence network to ensure effective monitoring of maritime activity in the near seas. The biannual Sagar Kavach exercises involving the Indian Navy, Coast Guard, and the Coastal Police illustrate a spirit of teamwork in the littoral domain, indicating a willingness to jointly tackle the maritime threats. Notwithstanding the overhaul of the system, there are concerns about the effectiveness of the measures undertaken and the state of preparedness for the surprises. As some of the recent events have demonstrated, coastal security is less than optimal and coherent response is found wanting from the security agencies on many incidents that have breached the multi-layered arrangements. Hence, there is a need to identify critical gaps in security architecture and to guard India's security and commercial interest from the nefarious activities in sea by other states or criminal non-state actors. Given the significance of the topic, Mangalore University deemed it appropriate to analyze the challenges and issues concerning coastal security. Incidentally, Mangalore University is Karnataka's only coastal public university with a knowledge base already existing on marine resources with the excellent works done by the departments of marine geology and geography. Mangalore University is based in Mangalore that hosts the state's only major port, the Coast Guard district headquarters, and is closer to INS Kadamba, a naval base in Karwar, making Mangalore University an ideal place for holding a seminar on coastal security. In this initiative, Mangalore University is joined by a think tank, that is Institute for Contemporary Studies Bangalore, that mostly comprises of military and intelligence officers with a substantial experience in the field. With the active support and encouragement of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor K. Bhairappa, the idea of organizing this conference has materialized, and the Institute for Contemporary Studies, in particular its members, Commodore Uday Rao and its secretary, Dr. Bidanda Chengappa, has extended full cooperation in the organization of this conference. The conference for next 2 days will be discussing threadbare the nuances of coastal security. Experts from Navy, Coast Guard, shipping, ports management, and scientific establishments, beside academicians, will be participating in the conference. The Karnataka Police Department too has extended its support to the conference, and the presence of senior and experienced officers here is a testimony to this fact. The conference will deal with most issues concerning coastal security with a focus on highlighting the gray areas and providing inputs for effective action and policy making by the concerned. We hope that the deliberations will be fruitful and Mangalore City would strengthen its role as an important stakeholder in the realization of the objectives of coastal security.
Perhaps only appropriate that we